BK.Sidhu from Starbase. Today we are here to talk to Dato' Bahrum Saleh, the Managing Director of dotCom, about what are his future plans for the company. dotCom has got a lot of perception problems now there, but he will explain to us what is reality. Dato', UEM shareholders wants to sell this company, and you have been appointed as the Managing Director. How are you going to manage that issue with the plans that you have for the growth of this company?
The way I see it is only a change of ownership, whereas the company will remain doing its day-to-day business, and the way I see it is there's a lot of positiveness in this company today. It's got its assets, it's got its people, it's got its licenses. So the new owner, if there is any, would be getting something which is valuable.
Dato', what do you see as challenges in trying to take this company forward? Bearing in mind there are other operators who are doing the same thing out there, and to manage a perception issue again, how good are the services that Time offers?
There's little problem actually here, because it's only perception. The way I see it's only perception, and then we have to manage that perception. What's happened in the past that it's got a lot of assets, but it's not been leveraged. It's got a lot of potential, but it's not been well marketed. And if you think there's legacy, a lot of legacy, actually there's very little. Its network is quite advanced. It has the fiber network, and very little copper network. It has the latest switches, even soft switches today, and it has the Metro E. What we need to do is to move on into put the network into an IP network, which we have already started in the first quarter when I first started in this organization. So that was one of the first few things that I did, is to convert the network into an advanced network comparative to other world-class telcos or world-class telecommunication organizations. And we are in the midst of awarding those contracts, and I believe we should be ready by third quarter this year. So once this new IP network ready, I believe that dotCom will be in a very strong position to compete in the market at par with the other players. And to be honest with you, because it's small, it's agile, and it's also nimble, and we can make changes very fast without making too much, I would say, integration and so on and so forth. So everything would be fairly new, and our network would be able to service customers, especially the corporate customers. You must have a solution for a particular industry, for example. We describe it as a vertical solution. So that's what we are crafting today, and the main criteria to be successful for business market or corporate market is to offer a good quality of service. And based on my assessment of its quality of product, and also looking at the complaints that we receive daily, dotCom has very few complaints on its services. Therefore, we are positioned to serve the corporate markets. The other thing we're going to do is that we are going to revamp totally how we approach the operation and maintenance of our network. It will be completely revamped by middle of the year, and it will be towards a world-class organization.
How much do you need in terms of capital expenditure to put in the IP platform for dotCom this year?
For this year, we're looking about 150 million ringgit to modernize the current network. Because I believe that we are spending the money wisely, because we are not going everywhere. Because very focused approach so that we didn't just put unnecessary the network or revamp the network in unnecessary places. We are putting it in the right places, so where the customers demand it. At the same time, we're also working on the partnership arrangement whereby you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
What is the earnings outlook for this company? It has reported 177 million ringgit loss for last financial year. When can it ever turn into the black?
I must say that the first objective is to turn this organization into positive EBITDA, okay, and that's already happening. The first quarter looks very good, as we are already positive EBITDA. The next objective is to turn this organization around into the black. So by the way I see it, by end of this year, I must say that the first objective would have been met, because we are already meeting that in the first quarter this year, positive EBITDA. And the only issue that we are facing today is we are in the red because of in most the past few months that is due to the high depreciation, which is affecting our bottom line, high depreciation. But in terms of cash flow, in terms of growth, we are quite we are almost we are there. We are already growing on a year-on-year basis, quarter-on-quarter compared to last quarter, except for the payphone, which is due to usage pattern of the consumers. A lot of them have shifted to using mobile phones. That revenue on the payphone has reduced. But for Time.com itself, on the fixed line business, for the data business, is already growing.
Dato', you were headhunted for this job. It's a challenging job. Why did you take on this job?
I didn't bargain for the job.
You were headhunted for this job.
I was headhunted for this job,
yeah.
yes. And okay, looking at where I came from, it's a very stable organization, very mundane job, very predictable. I like challenges. I like to make things happen. I like to make impact and turn around an organization which needs a lot of help. So the way I see it is an opportunity for me.
And what would Time.com be in a year from now or 3 years from now? So you're very confident of your plans, and you're very confident that this company can actually...
It's doable. It's doable. There's no rocket science about it, because we know where the growth areas are, we know where the potential are, we know where our assets are, and we know where the customers want it. And you see, to be honest with you, it's very timely, because the market is ready for broadband and data growth. The customers are very IT savvy today, and they want high quality service at low cost. And today the IP network is readily available at very low cost compared to what it was 3 or 4 years ago. And the other thing is, people are more IT savvy today, and therefore it just give you an environment where it just ripe to be plugged.
So you're coming in at the right time, at the right place.
Yes.
Thank you, Dato', for meeting Starbiz. It was an interesting interview. It gives our readers a perspective of the new Time.com. This is BK.Sidhu, TheStar Malaysia.